mission in life is to share hope, positively influence, lead, serve, and inspire a generation of people to live a purpose-driven life and to help them to reach their fullest potential. At this time, I now invite our featured speaker for the graduation ceremony 2020, Mr. Kristen Greaves.
I want all of you to repeat after me. Be focused. Be determined. Be inspired. See, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, focus is defined as the ability to concentrate attention on efforts or on something. It also defines determined to mean making a firm decision and choosing not to waver or to be stopped by opposition until you get what it is you have made up in your mind to receive. And last but not least, the word inspired means being aroused, imbued with the spirit, or mentally stimulated to do something. You see, there is this story about a young 10-year-old boy, and this young boy had a big dream for his life. He had a dream of one day being on television. However, the unfortunate thing is he had only one slight problem. You see, he wanted to be on television, but whenever he was required to speak to persons outside of his home, he would often stutter and he would often be afraid, and he couldn't voice the words out of his mouth clearly. So one day his teacher came into the classroom, and his teacher told the class to prepare for a special assignment. The teacher told all of the students in the class to get out a pen, get out a paper, and she wants them to write on that paper what they wanted to be when they grew up. So the young boy eagerly got his pen and got his paper, and he wrote on his sheet that I want to be on television. You see, after all the students had written on their paper what they wanted to be, then they all handed it in to the teacher. The teacher, she collected the papers, she received the papers, and she looked through each of them. And after reviewing each of the submissions, she returned the papers back to the students. She then asked the students to stand by their desks and to read out loud to the class what they had on their papers. So the first student, he stood up, he said that he wanted to be a teacher. The second student then stood and said that she wanted to be an athlete. Other students, they continued to stand up and to say what they wanted to be. But you see, when it came to this young boy's turn, something slightly different happened. You see, instead of asking the boy to stand by his desk, the teacher decided that she was going to call him to the front of the classroom. Now you see, the young boy thought to himself that, wow, maybe this is going to be a spotlight moment for him. He was probably thinking in his mind that, wow, his submission was spectacular and it was amazing that he was being called to the front of the class. So the young boy, he made his way to the front of the class confidently, and he turned and he faced his classmates and he said that I want to be on television. But you see, just when he thought that was going to be a spotlight moment for him, it turned into one of the most embarrassing and humiliating moments of his life. You see, his fellow colleagues at school, his fellow classmates, they laughed at him. And his teacher even looked at him and laughed. You see, the teacher asked the young boy, do you know anyone in your family who has ever been on television? Now the boy, being scared, he couldn't utter the words out of his mouth, so he just shook his head. Then the teacher, she proceeded on to ask him, do you know anyone in this community that has ever been on television? The young boy, still afraid, couldn't utter the words out of his mouth, so he shook his head in fear. The teacher then asked one last question. She asked him, do you know anyone at all? Are you familiar with anyone who has ever been on TV? And the young boy, still afraid, couldn't utter the words out of his mouth, and he shook his head. Then his teacher, you see, the person that should have been molding him into the person he was to become, she then turned to the young boy and she said, then what makes you think you would ever be good enough to be on television? She said, look at you, you can't even teacher, she took the paper and she looked at it. And she said to young boy, son, this is the same paper that you handed me just yesterday. And the young boy looking at his teacher said, yes, ma'am. You can keep my grade, whilst I keep my dream. You see, graduates and parents here, there will be people you will encounter in your life who do not believe in you. You will meet people who will try to say negative things about you. See, that day that young boy learns that not everyone will believe in you. That day that young boy learns that there will be some challenges and opposition and adversity on the way to success and on the way to your dreams. We see that day that boy determined in his heart that because he wanted to be on television, he made a decision from that day forward that he was going to be focused. He was going to be determined, and last but not least, he was going to stay inspired until he accomplished his dreams. You see, as that young boy grew into an adult, his dream did come to reality, but that's not the most amazing part of the story. You see, that young boy, as he went to a man, he became one of the world's greatest television hosts and comedians of our time. I'm speaking of none other than Mr. Steve Harvey. See, graduates, as you go into secondary school, you will encounter challenges and adversity. You will meet students and probably other persons who will speak negatively about you, who will try to project their limiting beliefs onto you. But I need you to make a decision today. And graduates, I want you to make a decision from this day forward that you will shine your light and you will shine into the light. Look at the person next to you and say, let your light shine. God, I need you to rise above all of the naysayers. The person who will say, you think you're all down on baggages, you know, people will say. There will be persons you meet who will try to challenge you and say, you can't accomplish that. You will never amount to anything. But I need you to rise above all the negativity. As you go into secondary school, I need you to make the decision today in your heart. Now, you wouldn't try to fit in with others who don't value you or who don't see your worth. You see, the legendary Nelson Mandela, he put it this way. He says there's no passion to be found, playing it small and separate from life as less than the one you are capable. Graduating class of 2023, I want to let you know I'm proud of you. And I want you to go out there, show your family, show your friends, show your teachers, show your supporters, show all those who have gone before you, but most importantly, I want you to show them who you